All right, I got 20 or so minutes between intermissions and playoff hockey, and so I figured I'd give a quick update. Let's see. Today is the 2nd of June. I probably won't post this until a few days from there, just simply because I have to get in front of a computer and edit. But welcome back to episode 3 of this vlog series where I talk about life and the passage to getting my captain's license. We are on a Catalina 30 called Morningstar, which is part of our fleet here in Berkeley. We're supposed to go sailing today, but my sailing partner here had to make a last minute adjustment, so we had some time to kill. So let's chat. So where are we at? It's been kind of busy. Um, the last couple of weeks is just kind of the end of school for my son and getting things done there and things done around the house back up and back at home. And so I haven't been able to get out a ton, nor have I been able to update, but that's okay. We're here now and have the opportunity. Um, June is a busy month for us. We had a great month last month from a work perspective. So lots of boats, lots of people getting their certifications, lots of sailing, and it's exciting to see and help people kind of on their journey and path. And in turn, I get to help myself on that same journey as well. We are booked for ASA 104 for the end of this month, which is a 3 day, 2 night uh, course that I'll be taking. I've gotten my on the water days I needed. I have been cleared to take the course. I have people covering the day that I need for work, and yeah, so we're ready to go. It's just a matter of studying the book. The textbook is pretty thick. That's not that thick. It's right here. It's about this thick. Where like the ASA 101 and 103 books were probably combined this thick. So a lot of repeat information, but also a lot of additional information about, sailing and going to different countries and that kind of stuff. So we're almost all the way through it. We'll be done by probably the end of this week, and then I'll probably breeze through it again, go through some of the questions, prepare for the test, and then we get to go do the 104 course. So that one's going to be on a Bavaria 42, a 2006 Bavaria 42. Bavaria is actually one of the boats that, if I had the money, I'd be shopping for a 42 to 45-foot Bavaria. The newer ones are super sleek. This one has got a little bit of the older model before it's transitioned to this kind of the more sharp lines and kind of laser focused um, touches, but it's still a beautiful boat. So I met the boat owner a few times, and this will be the one that we're going to take out for our ASA course. So excited about that. Excited to be able to then be platinum rated within our sailing school, which essentially allows me to take out any boat except our catamarans. And then we'll be working towards ASA 114 behind that. And then we also probably be working towards a couple of other clinics and things that I want to take to help my refine my skills, advanced sailing, trim. I think I want to take some of the racing clinics, or at least sport boat rated, so I can take some of the tiller steered boats out and be able to have some experience there. Um, so, and then also give people a different experience when they want to come out. They can, right now it's all wheel steered. I've been taking the this boat actually out a few times here and there. She's a great boat. She's in the mid 80s, Catalina 30, um, and she's solid. She's a fun boat, but haven't been able to get out much. I think we're sitting at 15 days on the water. Again, the target's 90. So I've been able to get at least 3 or 4 more days since the last time I've updated. I was supposed to go out today, but we'll have to live to see another day. And get out there on the water when I can. This week's going to be a little tough just because of things I have to do back up at home, this week, but next week I should be able to get a few days out. And as we progress into the end of June and into July, we're going to try to really ramp those days up. Um, Work's been going great. A lot of good things happening there. A lot of um, compliments and praises for things that I've been doing, which I wouldn't say that I'm used to. I mean, I kind of not, just simply because my old career was like, if you're being left alone, you're doing okay. It only ends up becoming a problem and you get spoken to when something's wrong. So if it's quiet, you're doing all right. But here, I'm getting a lot of like positive feedback from leadership about what I'm doing, getting asked to take on some more things, and that's cool. So, hopefully that turns the right way for me and allows me to continue down this path. It's a symbiotic relationship between me and the organization, so I'm very happy with where things are going. It's been about 3 months since I started here, and it's getting to the point where the craziness is kicking in just because it's the season for sailing here in San Francisco, and I'm getting my hands more into what our organization does and becoming more involved. And then so there's like, okay, I figured out the top layer of stuff, and now it's like, okay, so we take that layer off, and now I got to try to figure out the next things that make the top layer work. And that one was pretty easy, but now it's like, okay, well, now I'm really trying to nail in, well, what does this do, and what do we have, and why do we have it a certain way, and do we need to make it better? How do we make it better, and so forth. So, um, yeah, it's requiring me to have a lot of like thinking and brain power, and I've definitely found myself a little bit more tired and exhausted, which has been early nights for me, which reason why I haven't been able to um, post something, but it's been worth it. It's just been busy. And again, like I said, I have stuff at home, but we've been really refining our nomadic life here. You know, I've tested probably, for example, travel pillows. I'm really big on my pillows and how they work, comfort wise. So, uh, I had tried a few, tried a couple cheap ones that think they do the right thing, tried a couple other ones, and end up, money kind of walks a little bit. I end up finding a really good pillow, but it's really expensive. So for a pillow, it's like $50 for a pillow, but it was amazing. And so I ended up finally nailing down on those, and I bought another one. So I have two of these pillows. Um, I ended up getting like, it was like REI is having a big old sale. So I ended up getting a like a camping blanket that goes in like tandem with my sleeping bag, because sometimes the sleeping bag just is too like suffocating, like it binds and gets stuck. So more of like a standard, open up the sleeping bag as a bottom and then the blanket on top. So that's helped out, just being able to kind of like regulate temperature, because I'll either get too hot or it gets too cold. And the thing for me right now that's been more valuable than not is just the quality of sleep. And when I'm at home or I'm in the right places, like it's just adjusting, and I can sleep normally. Well, normally, I can sleep better when I'm in a comfortable environment, but I'm kind of popping here, there, and everywhere. So trying to maximize the quality of sleep. Um, that even goes with like some of the boats. Like this boat has a pretty decent V berth, but the cushions are kind of questionable sometimes. So I have like I'm looking at it. I have a hammock that I got that I'm gonna try tonight. That it was like it's like a collapsible hammock, like a camping hammock. It was on sale at REI, and so it's like turns into the size of a softball, which is really good for like traveling. And I'm gonna hang it, through a through the cabin here, in the boat, to see if I can actually sleep in it. But what would be really cool is um, when if the weather's nice and warm, sleep outside, and be able to hang this thing off of like the boom, and and a halyard or something, just being able to have it outside, and maybe sleep under the stars on something that is kind of fun. So, especially like if I have my kid and he wants to try to do something a little bit crazy, like give him the opportunity. But we're gonna give that a shot tonight. So I'm eager and excited. Like, oh, I'm gonna go to sleep and we're gonna see how it goes. But I could just shoot myself in the foot and have a terrible night, and then I'm screwed for tomorrow. But that's okay. We'll work through it. And caffeine is a hell of a drug. Hell of a drug. Um, I wrote some notes. What else do I have as far as yeah? So I covered all that. I said 15 sailing days, so we're down to 75 to go. It seems like a long way to go, but every day just grinds out. And it just continues the grind, and that's really um, the focus. Is just can stay on it, stay consistent. Um, we went sailing last week, and I've gone sailing. Like I said, well, since last time was probably 11, so 4 times since then. We went sailing last week, and that was on a Catalina 320. Uh, nice boat. She's big, wide in the cockpit, which is very comfortable. I was really first time I've ever sailed that boat. It was fun, and went out with a couple of coworkers. First time I ever went under the gate, out the gate. Had time to go do that because we actually sailed out of Sausalito instead of coming out of Berkeley where I normally am. Um, so that was fun. Never been under the gate before. The boat is beamy. She's kind of big, but she's got some power to her, and that was weird. Someone shot some firework or something on. Hmm. Anyway, um, so it was fun. Just good to try different boats. That's why like also I can't wait to kind of get platinum rated so that I can take out more than just our Silver Fleet boats, which are all essentially Catalina 30s or 320s. So oh, um, so yeah, that's going to be exciting. I got my girl's birthday this month and her daughter's birthday this month, so there's a lot more exciting birthday stuff to go. But I think for her birthday, we ended up my girl's birthday, we ended up getting her a bunch of sailing stuff, gear, and it actually is. I gave it to her early because I'm not really good at like when I give people something, I want to give it to them and I get excited about it. So um, I gave her stuff already, although her birthday's like a week and a half away. But I want to make sure it fits. I want to make sure it's comfortable for her. I want to make sure she stays dry and has a good experience. And it all does, so that's great. So I'm eager to get her out on the water, and I'm eager to have my friends take them out and have them have a good weekend and a good experience. No one's quite taken up the opportunity to sail with me, so um, I wish I had more days because I've had people meeting me after work and stuff and being able to go or planning for days on the weekend to go. But I have one day coming up with a good friend of mine and his wife and my kids and everything. And so that's going to be a fun day. I'm really looking forward to taking them out and having them have a good experience. And that'll come after 104. So even if I wanted to like plan to take one of the nicer boats, I could, and that'll be fun too. So a little bit of a change up there for that. Um, but yeah, I mean, I guess that's really it. It's just been work, and like I said, dealing with the end of school stuff. So we got to keep grinding the days. Um, Nothing else crazy on the updates. It was good to be home this weekend. I got a lot of stuff done. I was overdue with like an oil change on the truck and all these other things. So I was able to get a lot of that kind of stuff done and help around the house. And parents are really grateful to help have them have the hands to help. So I'm hoping in the next couple of weeks here I have weekends where I'm either doing fun extracurriculars or I'm being able to just kind of shut down and recharge and reset. I think that those days are important as well too, because I've just been kind of running for the last few weeks. So um, it's like almost 7 o'clock here, and I'm like already ready to finish watching this hockey game this last period and jumping in the hammock and seeing if I can go to sleep in that and call it a night. So it's been it's been wild, but a fun ride so far. Um, People think I'm crazy, especially with the driving back and forth, but that's been not too. That's probably the hardest part of it all, but it's even then not that hard. So take it, yeah, and I will continue to refine my ways to be able to have quality rest. I'll refine my ways on being able to travel back and forth. Um, the My mother-in-law's boat that I normally stay on in Sausalito is actually in the process of being hauled out to get some work done. So I have to be a little bit creative on if I choose to stay down here, where I can stay in the meantime. Luckily, like when I charter these boats for myself to go sail and things, I'm able to crash on them at the night, and it was good. So like when I crashed on the boat is called Kokomo, which is the Catalina 320. She was really comfortable. It was really nice, and I actually had a pretty decent night there. So um, again, trying different things, finding out what works, finding out what doesn't work, refining and improving will help out a ton. And I'm hoping to have some days this summer where I get to have my kid come down and camp on the boat because it's just for fun and something different. Um, so yeah, that's it. That's all I got for today. It's going to be kind of short and sweet. And I know it was like 3 weeks since my last update. I will try to be more frequent, but after sailing after working and then sailing in the afternoon and then finally landing, it's like that gas tank is empty, and I'm trying not to have like you know update kind of stuff. I want it to be at least a little bit more enjoyable and vibrant for people that are watching, but it's kind of the reality of the situation. So, but it's okay. We're doing good. And I had an opportunity today to be able to sit down, and I'm fed, I'm beveraged, I'm hockeyed, and I got to give you guys an update. So I'll see you on the next one. And thanks for watching, and cheers.